It may be hard to believe, Granddad, but I think Santa Claus actually exists in some form, and is part of a vast conspiracy by the Illuminati to control the world. Uh-huh. He starts the mental conditioning that is a necessity for a society be controlled. He's an unseen power, never to be challenged. On Christmas, he replaces God, diverting attention from spirituality to greed, which is what drives the Illuminati's ability to control the world's economy in ways I'm only beginning to comprehend. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. Sounds like Big Brother to me. The only thing left is a connection to George Bush. All conspiracies connect to George Bush, one way or another. Uh-huh. Well, now that you mention it, if you were to dress Barbara in one of those red outfits, that's it! The final piece to the puzzle! Martin Luther King Jr. Day. When America takes a brief moment to pretend it truly cares about integration, nonviolence, and racial harmony. Okay, but you don't ever even pretend like you care about these things. Okay, true, but at least I get points for consistency. Huey? Yes? Did you remember Martin Luther King Day? Okay, just because I forgot Kwanzaa once doesn't mean I'm going to forget King Day. Hey, don't hate on me. I'm just trying to help a brother out, you heard? I gotta get a new seat. Hey boys, how was your King holiday? Quiet, reflective. Well, any revelations or epiphanies I should know about? No, we're basically still a couple of eye for an eye type kids. Well, there's always next year. You probably shouldn't hold your breath. Punks jump up to get beat down! Hello, and a hearty salute to Bob Johnson and BET, who recently proclaimed that BET does more to serve the black community each and every day than the creator of this feature. One playa-hating Aaron Magruder has done his entire life. In order to follow the fine example set by Mr. Johnson, we present to you, the reader, in the spirit of black uplift, a black woman's gyrating rear end. From now on, when you think black women's gyrating rear ends, don't just think BET, think the Boondocks. And thank you, Bob Johnson, for shining your light for the rest of us to follow. Where's Riley? On punishment until he can tell me who Otis Redding is. You realize that may take a while, right? You think? Yeah, then why do you call it information? I want to talk to a supervisor. Okay, boy, you know who Otis Redding is yet? Yeah, he was this guy who sang songs back in the day. Like? You got what I need! That's Teddy Pendergrass, boy. Go back to your room. Man, I hate old school. Ah, yes. I see you're watching Live from LA on BET. You know, they say this show employs more black writers, producers, actors, and directors than any other show in Hollywood. Bip, please. Who in the hell left this gate open? Of course, whether or not any of these people actually should be employed is obviously another question. You know, at first I watched these inane presidential debates with some amusement. Well, it is obvious that my opponent is running a negative campaign and is being dishonest. Excuse me, but I'm not running a negative campaign. You're running a negative. May I please be allowed to finish my statement? I didn't interrupt you. Then I remembered that it's all fun and games until one of these guys get elected. Did so. I'm saying my opponent lied about my record and deliberately I did not. There he goes, being dishonest again. Well, what about your commercial where you said, yeesh, enough already? You're a damn liar, Beavis. So are you. Shut up, Beavis. Much better. Look, you guys are the only black station we get, so you got to play some De La Soul. Ooh, baby, whatever you want to hear, I'm making every wish come true at WFRK. Stop that. Why are you talking like that? Oh, yeah. What's wrong with you? Stop that. How about some R. Kelly? Play some De La Soul, you deranged freak. That's right, baby. You're in the freak zone at WFRK FM. Granddad, that radio station is deplorable. I think you need to call and give them another piece of your mind. Right. Boy, there's something I have to tell you about that, and I'm kind of ashamed to. What is it? Well, it ain't exactly easy to say. Wait, don't tell me you're starting to like that music. No, not at all. I mean, Back that thing up is a little catchy, but really no. So when you called WFRK to complain, you won a contest? You accepted WFRK Instant Freak Cash? I didn't mean to win. They just gave me money when I called. I was gonna buy me a new fishing rod, but then I listened to the station again and remembered all the filthy music that station plays, and what effect it could have on the young folk. I felt all sleazy and nasty. I sent the money back. I also won these special Valentine's Day WFRK freak draws. Now that's just disgusting. Weeks later, Republican presidential candidate George W. Bush is still defending his speech at the controversial Bob Jones University. That school bans students from dating interracially. The people who run Bob Jones University simply believe it's God's will that blacks and whites be separate. Since when does that make them bad people? However, Bush reluctantly announced he would be canceling an upcoming appearance at the Knights of a Pure America militia meeting, saying, "I just know you media folks would make a big thing out of it." More controversy surrounding Bob Jones University today. The school whose ban on interracial dating drew criticism to the Bush campaign when he spoke there weeks ago. Today, presidential hopeful Alan Keyes was beaten by Bob Jones University security as he arrived to speak at the school. It seems a white female aide was mistaken for a girlfriend. It was my fault. I should have been more careful. I feel much better. Really. And affirmative action. University officials refused to apologize for the beating, saying, "Hey, it looked to us like he was violating God's will by dating a white lady. Better safe than sorry." Keyes returned to give his speech after agreeing to keep his distance from the white women and keep eyeballing to a minimum. Oh my goodness. Oh, stop it. Oh, good Lord. Whew. Oh my goodness gracious me. Comics, Keyes. Okay, class, today we wrap up our chapter on George Washington Carver. Finally! Thank you. No offense to George, but dag! How many times do we need to hear the same peanut stories? Every Black History Month is the same thing. The Underground Railroad and George Washington Carver. Like nothing else ever happened to black people. Maybe now we can learn something new. So please turn your books to page 35. Something we haven't heard about 1,000 times already. And let's look at Martin Luther King Jr. Never mind. So who's running for president? Is Bill Clinton running? No. Why? Why isn't he running? I want to vote for Clinton. Since when do you care? What do you know about politics? Man, Clinton is the man. He's a player president. He's a pimp. Whoever else is running, they ain't smooth like my dog Clinton. Okay, so you do know something about politics. Hey, you think I could grow up to be President Pimp like Bill Clinton? Hey, Huey, check it out. I got me a Palm Pilot. Okay. Give me your info. Huey Freeman, 327 Timid Deer Lane, Woodcrest. My home phone is 443-555-6554. My email address is freehuey at... Are you getting this? Okay, that's H-U... Oops, that's a V. Okay. Shoot. Wait, why did it just do that? Would you like to borrow pen and paper? No. See, Huey, this little Palm computer will make my life much easier. It's all about conquering the digital divide. So it seems. If you had one of these, we could beam information to each other. Finally, handing stuff to people is so 20th century. Are you being sarcastic? You just better hope the cops don't mistake it for a wallet. Sure is a lot going on in the world. The presidential race, the economy, new discoveries in medicine and technologies. Here's an idea. Instead of watching videos all day, why don't you watch the news? Why? Because I know you don't read the newspaper. No, I meant, why do you think I'll ever be a goofy nerd like you? Well, Granddad, here's what I think about this whole South Carolina flag business. Editor's note. The heavy-handed and not at all balanced political opinions presented in this cartoon may be offensive to some readers. Therefore, we are replacing the remainder of this strip with an earlier installment. We apologize for any inconvenience. This kid is no Gary Trudeau. No, it stands for Black Exploitation Television. Butts every time. Editor's note. Oops, we were supposed to ban that one too. Dag, did you write all of this? Yep, finally finished the Santa Claus conspiracy report I started last year. But it's March. Who's even gonna care about Santa Claus now? Nevertheless, it is critical information. Do we forget about Black history just because it isn't February? Yeah, so? Granddad, can you take me to Kinko's? What for? I gotta make copies of my newly completed report on the conspiratorial links between the Illuminati and Santa Claus. I'm thinking I'll distribute it over the internet mostly. Who would waste their time downloading that nonsense? Said the man who spent 5 hours trying to download the Star Report. Hey, that was a document of immense legal and political significance. Sorry, my report doesn't have any filth. Hey Riley, you sure you don't want to check out my Santa conspiracy report? It's not boring, really. Can you summarize it real quick? It's 15 pages plus footnotes. Well, I'm kinda busy now, you know. Yeah, watching videos and eating cheese-flavored snacks. Never mind. Oh, come on, you know how I feel about reading. Hey, if you get on Tavis, I'll make sure to watch. The Santa conspiracy again, Huey? You can't possibly expect anyone to take you seriously. Oh, you best believe I do. My report has uncovered some of the most earth-shattering revelations ever put to paper. It will forever change the way you see religion, the economy, the government, our very society. People have been killed for having so much as glanced at some of the ultra-secret facts contained in these pages. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, right, like I'm gonna let you read it. What good is a report if you don't let anyone read it? Sorry, you have too many ties to the establishment. You can read it once I post it on the web and it can't be traced back to me. Can't be too careful. Gotta make sure I'm around to uncover the next nefarious plot. Right. Would that be the Easter Bunny smuggling crack in the eggs plot? Or the Tooth Fairy gene harvesting human cloning plot? Okay, funny man, you still ain't seeing my report. You're a bright young man, Huey, but you waste so much energy on paranoia and silly conspiracies. The world has so many real problems and issues that are more deserving of your attention. Like what? Well, for starters, have you heard about this sicko who put a price on Michael Bolton's head? Yeah. What's wrong, Huey? I worked really hard on a report and nobody cares, and your dad thinks I'm stupid, and maybe I am. I'll read it. What is it about? Oh, Santa Claus, the Illuminati, the New World Order, you know, the usual. That reminds me, whatever happened to all those aliens who were supposed to land on New Year's Day, Mr. Smarty? Great, now here you go. 3 months, 15 pages, what a waste. What matters to people nowadays? How come nobody cares? I want my people to be free. I will enlighten the masses. My voice will ring out across the globe and make a difference. Yeah, right. I got a right to be hostile, man. My people's been persecuted. And I suppose you'll find justice in making yourself miserable. I hate wisdom. Uh-oh. Looks like someone has the blues. Oh, please, no. Call it stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Call it stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Wednesday is worse, y'all. Thursday is oh so sad. Lord have mercy on me. Great. Now I hate the blues. Here, Huey, I know you've been down, so I bought you this card. Oh, Jasmine, you shouldn't have. Isn't it pretty? I'm going to be physically ill. This is supposed to cheer me up? The angelic white kids card? Blah. You couldn't go a few feet down to the black greeting card section? What, where the mahogany cards sold out? Sure, they're corny, but at least there's some colored folk on them. I thought it was the thought that counts. You weren't thinking! I'm sorry I gave you a bad card, but you don't have to be so mean. Whoa, slow down. I'm sorry. Really? I hate apologizing! Hey, what's new, Mr. Freeman? Seen Huey? Not today. Why? I'm worried about him. He's kind of been upset lately. Can I ask you a question? Yeah. How the heck can you tell when he's kinda upset? Boy, go find your brother and help him get his mind off whatever's bothering him. Huh? You want me to cheer up Huey? Me? Did I stutter? Is that an unreasonable request? Not if you don't mind putting out the fire with gasoline. Say what, boy? Nothing. Hey, boy, before you go find Huey, go ahead and take out the trash. Aw, man. There's a lot being asked of me around here, and I don't like it. Cheer up Huey, take out the trash, don't cut school, don't get arrested. Feel free to add, stop all that backtalk before Granddad breaks his cane off on my behind to that list. Nah, too big. This would be overkill. Toy lightsaber? Better, but caused too much trouble last time. Say there, Huey, I got something to take your mind off things. Ow! Riley! Some jobs are best done by hand.